Hey everyone, it's Hugo from Product Rise. And in this video I want to show you everything I know about product carousels, the free organic product listings in Google right now that you've probably already seen. Google has started rolling these out a couple of years ago, and right now these product carousels are showing up for over 90% of e-commerce keywords. And so what that looks like is you've got on this desktop search for the keyword compact 60% mechanical keyword, you see this free product listing carousel at the top. You scroll down a little and let's see, that's the only one. And there's another example here for a laptop under $30 US. You scroll down and there's one halfway in the page here. You scroll further down and there's another one, and at the bottom there's another one. So on this page there's 3 product carousels, but they're all the way down. And on this keyword, there's just one, but it's ranking right up there at the top. And so everyone is talking about AI overviews and 0 clicks and, AI taking over traffic. And people are kind of panicking, or at least I know a bunch of SEO specialists who are like, oh, what should we do about this? Well, here it is. Here is a place where Google is still sending lots of clicks for free to product pages. So these are bottom of the funnel keywords where you can still get a lot of free clicks from Google, but you still need to know how to optimize. And it all starts with good tracking, because in these examples that I showed you, would you rather rank number 1 in this product carousel, or would you rather rank number 8 on this one? And this is something that no other tool is currently measuring except for Product Rise. And I just went to my report for this keyword that I just showed you as an example. And what this shows you is which products are showing up in Google for this keyword. This latest example that I have matches what we just saw, right? So there's only one product carousel, but it's ranking right up at the top. It's kind of dynamic though. So yesterday it found 2 product carousels on page 1, and the day before that it found 3. And so what we do with Product Rise, our users can add all the keywords that they want, and we track these queries every single day, and we find the products that are ranking. Everything that we find on Google's first page, which is the seller, the price, the discounts, the reviews, the images, we track everything every single day for hundreds of keywords. And that's what you can track here. So not only can you track whether or not you're showing up on page 1, but you can also find out where on page 1 you're showing up. And if you're not tracking that, then you might be missing the entire point. What Product Rise does is for every single SERP, we calculate the number of pixels from the top to the product, and we compare that to the total depth of the page, because the depth of a search result page changes over time too. Sometimes you have a long page, sometimes you have a slightly shorter page. And so we calculate the relative depth of each product based on the page depth of that search result. And that's how we can track the position of products over time. So this example has been ranking relatively high consistently over the past 7 days. Let me find another example. This one from the Ducky 1.3 mini report has consistently been showing up in the first product carousel except for 3 days ago. And so this is pretty interesting, and no other tools are currently doing this. Who is ranking the best for this given query? And that's where we go to the top sellers by position score. So if I just highlight this one, it will show me all their products and where they were ranking over the past 7 days. And you can see that they've consistently had 2 to 3 products in the top product carousel in the past 7 days, and they're showing up all across the board. And so they currently have the highest position score. And now you might be wondering, what is the position score? That is basically the sum of all the product scores. And the position score is basically the higher you rank on the page, the higher your score is. And we calculate that every time a product of yours has been found on page 1 on Google, and the sellers with the highest scores are shown in this graph. And so this page is really nice if you want to dive deeper into a single query. Or what if you're tracking a bunch of queries? Users of Product Rise tracking hundreds of queries every single day, and it makes no sense to comb through all these keywords one by one. And that's why we have a query group report where you can throw a bunch of keywords inside a group. We throw all these keywords and the position scores and the page depths into one big pile, and we do some calculations. And what we can then do is, for example, if you have tracked this entire product category, you can see which sellers are taking the biggest piece of the cake. And not just that, you can also track over time how your product listings are growing. And we also track it over time. So if you are working on optimizing your products, or your product feed, you can use Product Rise to track your growth and to see whether or not your work has any impact. So if you're looking for a tool to track these product listings over time, then Product Rise is currently the only tool that allows you to do so. Before I sign off, I also quickly want to mention that there is a big difference between desktop search results and mobile search results. And one thing that I've been working pretty hard on is I want to share as many insights to you, to my audience, as possible. Because even though product carousels are showing up all over the place, there's still not that much known about how they work and how you can influence them. And so I'm creating these Google Shopping insights over time, and every single day we're using our anonymized data to do some analysis. And one in particular that I worked on today is the difference between desktop and mobile search results. You'll see on mobile, the average number of products per product carousel is just 4. There's simply less room on a smaller screen to cram as much products in there. Whereas on desktop, 8 products show up on average per carousel. If you compare that with the average page depth of the search results, which we also track, you'll see that desktop is actually less deep. The page depth is a little smaller compared to mobile. On mobile, the average is 4,500 pixels, whereas on desktop, the average page depth is 3,600 pixels. And why does this matter? Well, if you are ranking in the #1 product carousel, then on desktop, you're probably hovering at the 37% depth on average. And this average is taken across thousands of product listings, thousands of SERPs. So, take this with a little grain of salt. But what we do know is that if you're ranking on mobile, if you get in that top 4 spot, you will be in the top 25% of the SERP with your product on mobile, and that's going to drive a lot of clicks to your products. And so I've been publishing these shopping insights for the past couple of weeks. There's a lot of them already. How many product titles contain duplicate words? How does the product price impact your ranking? How does show a discount impact ranking? Higher review scores, review number count? There's a whole lot of stuff in there that, quite frankly, not a lot of people are talking about. And I'm trying to open up a discussion how these products work, how you can optimize them, how you can take a grip on your visibility on Google Shopping. And I believe that Product Rise is the best tool if you want to grow. And there's a whole array of features that I haven't talked about yet. So we do tracking, we do competitor analysis, but we also audit your product feeds, can audit your website, and can give you the advice you need to actually optimize your product pages and your product feed so you can grow in the results and you can track it using Product Rise. But anyway, that's for another video. I just wanted to share what I've seen on all these shopping results and how we're tracking that with Product Rise. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I'll be happy to help you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.